around you and tell me something that you see that has not been created.
What do you mean by created?
Made?
You mean like things that are represent a rearrangement of atoms from a previous state? Everything is a rearrangement of atoms from a previous state. Therefore, God?
No, I'm saying,
Oh,
are you sitting in a room? I'm saying, are you sitting in a room?
I answered your question.
Are you sitting in a room?
I know where this is going. You're going to say everything is created, therefore there is a creator, which is why I wanted to ask at the first place. This is not my first rodeo. It's like my 1,000th rodeo. What do you mean by created, right? We've never seen anything be created in the sense that a god would create something. We have no
Okay.
evidence of that.
You've never seen somebody create an omelet? You've
I
never
have
seen some.
I have
You've
seen a
never
human
seen
being,
somebody.
which is a
you-
particular arrangement of particles, take an
You've
egg,
never
which is a
seen
particular arrangement of particles, add some heat
exactly.
to it, and further rearrange that particular arrangement of particles. Yes. Is that what God does?
I I don't know what God does. That's up to
Okay,
him
so we
or
don't
them.
you don't have a working model for your God. So why are you asking me questions about what I see when I open my eyes?
Because I'm trying to make a point. I'm saying
Go ahead.
what around you was not created. Just in your personal space, wherever you are.
By God,
Are you?
nothing.
No, I didn't ask you about God. I said, what around you? Are you living in a house? Are you living in an apartment?
It's a house.
Okay. Did it just magically appear?
Nope, people built it.
Which is synonymous with created or made.
Yep, a rearrangement of particles.
Okay.
Yep.
So imagine your house doesn't exist.
Okay.
It's not there. Okay. You're just out on the earth. What else could you look at that wasn't created?
By what?
No, I'm just saying, what do you think you could look at that you know was not created?
By what? If gravity causes it. Okay. Do you think that snowflakes are created?
That's not you're answering my question with a question.
It because I don't know how to address what you're actually asking. Do you think that snowflakes are created?
Nope, I'm getting to a point
That's your
because
answer? No,
nope,
snowflakes are not created?
nope, because you're answering my question with a question.
Be-
I'm getting to a point.
I explained why I'm doing that. Okay. Do you think that snowflakes are created?
I'm not answering that because you're the one on quote unquote trial here. Because
Okay. So,
we've
audience, what's
eliminated.
going on here is it won't answer this question. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's clever enough to see where this is going. But when it says
Exactly, you're not
created,
clever enough to see
okay,
where this
a
is going.
snowflake at one point doesn't exist, and then the laws of physics cause a snowflake to begin to exist. So, is it created? Sure. So, all around me in the entire universe, the laws of physics make things happen and forms of matter take on new forms. Is that creation? Sure. It's a completely scientific, without secular account of creation. This is not evidence of a god. Is he talking about, is it talking about personal agents making and doing things? Because that's what the house example was. I can point to plenty of examples of that. Can I point to a single example of a personal agent creating a planet, a star, a solar system, a rock, a universe? Clearly not. So I don't know what it means when it says created, and it won't clarify, but stay tuned to see where this goes from here. What's your next question?
First of all, you're anthropomorphizing physics.
You're
Second of all,
anthropomorphizing God.
no, could, uh, apparently, apparently, or presumably, I should say, God is a person. I don't know that, but I'm trying to make a point. You look around you, you're in your apartment, everything is created.
You're
You
using
got
created in a loaded context, Peterson. Yes.
okay.
Well,
So
thank you for welcoming me into your club, the club that you started. Anyways, sorry. I'll try not to interrupt again.
okay. So if you were to go outside, what else? Well, like if nothing was created, where would you be?
I never said nothing is created.
Nothing is created.
I never said nothing is created.
Okay, so who's creating stuff?
No, there we go. There's the personal agency. So
If
all the hydrogen in the universe, for
if
example,
nothing is
was
created, that
was
implies
present,
someone is creating
formed
it.
on its own hundreds of thousands of years after the Big Bang. And hydrogen makes up like what 93% of the universe. And helium makes up close to the rest and a tiny bit of lithium. So basically, more than 99.9% of everything in the universe has a completely, I was going to say non-trivial. That's probably not the right word, but is uncreated there.
If it's uncreated, then how are we witnessing it? How is it here?
Photons, they hit our eyeballs.
But if it's not created, then it doesn't exist.
What does that mean? Only things that are created exist. So your your conclusion is also one of your premises. There is a creator because creation exists. Therefore, a creator created creation because creation is created. Therefore, creator.
That makes pretty much sense. That makes sense. Does it not make sense to you?
Geez. I don't know how you're using those words. I understand the structure of the argument, but it's not a valid or sound argument. So
If you
there are
understand
things
it,
about it I understand. There are things about it I don't understand. Like why somebody would think that proves anything.
well, I think, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of years, people have been trying to prove it, and no one has been able to prove it. People just believe
Prove what?
that there is someone who created what we are experiencing. And this, I mean, this is just like you believe something and I believe something, all the people in the chat believe something. You can't prove that there is not, and I can't prove
What do
that
you
there
believe?
is. I believe that somebody created all this that we're experiencing.
What evidence of that do you have?
The evidence that I have
Sorry.
is, yeah, I hear your fucking grasshopper chirping. It's just you look in front of you. Everything I see was created. It wasn't created by me. I look at the light switch. I look at the lamp. I look at the chair. I look at the trees. Well, the trees were probably maybe
Yep,
chemical.
my house was built too. So is this the ontological
What
argument for the existence of Mexicans? Because that's what you've proved so far.
what percentage of the things that you open your eyes and look at were not created?
Well, compositionally, with regard to the Earth, there's not all that much hydrogen, but in the universe, the vast
Well,
majority of everything.
yeah, well, you're talking about the elements, which are basically primordial and
Yep.
eternal. And
Yep.
God, the
And
God argument,
stars through
the God,
nucleosynthesis make other elements, and then gravity causes those
which
stars to
is
collapse together, and they create
and it,
interesting things like planets. and then chemistry happens on those planets, and then interesting things like rocks and minerals and organisms form. Cool.
And
Therefore,
you think that happens for what? No reason because nobody did it?
there's no teleological reason. There are causes, if that's what you mean by reasons.
Yeah, and what are the causes? So everything just always
Well, I
existed?
told you gravity and chemistry, and that's about all we need, right? Which things that happen are not the result of the laws of nature?
You and I,
Okay, what law of physics does life violate?
life from nothing.
Who ever said that life came from nothing?
What is abiogenesis?
Living organisms are made of atoms and molecules. The first life would have been created, formed in a prebiotic environment out of pre-existing materials in that prebiotic environment.
Pre-existing. Before the earth was here? Cell
Like, do
theory
you
says
take classes on how to sound this stupid, or do you just
where did the first cell come from?
Earth?
Okay, but cells can only come from other cells. So how did it come from something that wasn't here before all these?
Chemistry.
Okay, okay. Can you expound on that?
God, dude, are you
Because
paralyzed from the neck up or something?
where did the first cell come from?
Earth.
Earth, and how did it get on Earth?
Chemistry.
What does that mean to you?
It means a transformation of atoms and molecules producing new substances.
But you know that hasn't
That's
been
what a
proven,
chemical
right?
transformation is.
But you know that hasn't been proven, right?
That the existence of chemistry has not been proven.
No, not the existence of chemistry, the existence of life from non-life.
Right. Life from non life happens literally all the time. Is carbon dioxide
How?
alive?
Well, that's a good question. Maybe you should ask it. What do you
Guys,
consider
this
life?
is why
What
you're
do you
supposed to
consider
ask
life?
your parents' permission before signing online.
What is life to you?
Goodbye. Did Thomas Crapper really invent the toilet? How did Soviet era famines give us Tony the Tiger? How did Sigmund Freud's nephew use bananas to start a 36-year civil war? You can learn all about these and hundreds of stories in my new book, Facts That Aren't True. Link in the description.